Welcome to the video class. We are studying about the modern hypothesis of origin of the life. The modern hypothesis of the origin of the life upon this planet Earth, which is also termed as a biochemical origin of the life. For the first time, it was the Haeckel who proposed and gave an idea about what was the possible the reactions, what was the possible the way of the formation of the life upon this planet Earth. And according to him, life was originated upon this planet Earth some billions years back from inorganic chemical substances. Gradually, over the period of the long time, different inorganic gaseous elements condensed and they were transformed into organic molecules, and later on organic molecules in turn transformed into a colloidal system, and later on the first form of the life was formed upon this planet Earth. Later on it was the Oparin, Alexander I. Oparin and Haldane and Oparin, they proposed the theory of biochemical theory of the origin of the life. This means that Haldane and Oparin and Stanley Miller and Urey, that is Harold Urey, all these the modern scientists, they were become successful in giving a scientific support or scientific the method. They were become successful in proving how exactly the life was originated, possibly upon this planet Earth some billions years ago, according to Haeckel. So Haldane and the Oparin, according to them, these two different the independent scientists, they postulated that they continued the idea given by the Haeckel scientist. These modern scientists, namely Haldane and Oparin and the Urey, experimentally they were suggested and supported the theory. So according to this theory, that is the biochemical origin of the life upon this planet Earth, proposed by the Haldane and the Oparin, this theory also called by the other name as a biochemical theory or the chemical evolution, the origin of the life, that is the chemical origin of the life upon this planet Earth. This is one such a modern theory, or this is one such a the modern hypothesis have already become one of the best theory to explain the origin of the life, and it was accepted by almost all the modern scientists throughout the world. In order to understand this, the biochemical theory proposed by the Oparin and Haldane, it is essential that how was the earth formed some billions years ago? In one of the video class earlier, we discussed about the origin of the solar system and origin of the earth, the planet earth, the mother planet earth. It was the Immanuel Kant in the year 1900, in the year 75, who was proposed the Big Bang theory of the origin of the earth, the Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory, according to the Immanuel Kant, there was a rotating the cloud of very hot gases of various minerals and various elements billions years ago. Rotating cloud of very hot gaseous elements condensed over a long period of the time, gradually over a period of the long time, it was exploded. When it was exploded, the smaller and larger pieces of the hot gaseous elements were formed. All those smaller and larger the hot gaseous elements, the clouds of hot gaseous elements, also termed as a nebulae. Our entire solar system is the part of one such a nebula. Nebula gave the solar system. So solar system actually consists of the sun and 9 all the different planets. The mother planet Earth, when it was formed some 4.6 billion years ago, its atmosphere was very hot. That can be termed as a prebiotic atmosphere of the earth. Prebiotic atmosphere of the earth. Let me to discuss how, according to the Oparin and Haldane, the life was formed some billions years ago. So that is the chemical theory of the origin of the earth. Biochemical, the theory of the origin of the earth. Biochemical theory. Biochemical theory of the origin of the earth. Our planet Earth was formed some 4.6 billion years back, and the solar system was formed some 5 billion years back, according to the Big Bang theory or the nebular theory. The hypothesis of the Big Bang hypothesis proposed by Immanuel Kant in 1755. So there was a nebulous, and nebulous exploded, and the number of nebulae were formed. One such a nebulous gives rise to the solar system, and the our mother planet Earth was one of the planet when it was formed some billions years back, of about 4.6 billion years ago. Its atmosphere, its atmosphere was very hot. The temperature of the earth when it was formed exceeds some 4,000 to 4,000 degrees centigrade to 8,000 degrees centigrade, even more. It was assumed that under such a high temperature, it is impossible to form any life upon the planet Earth. So the atmosphere atmosphere, its temperature was very hot. Its temperature was very high. This can be called by the name as a prebiotic 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 atmosphere 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 of the earth. Prebiotic atmosphere of the earth. According to the modern scientists, the prebiotic atmosphere of the ancient earth was very hot. Temperature exceeds more than 8,000 degrees centigrade, and the modern today's atmosphere of the earth, the atmosphere of the earth as it is supporting today, no such atmosphere was present during the prebiotic the condition of the earth when it was formed of about some billions years ago. The atmosphere contain different gaseous elements, namely the hydrogen, the nitrogen, then the carbon, like that. Number of these the free gaseous elements which were present in the atmosphere, they combined together to form different micromolecules over the period of the long time. That can be termed as a formation of the micromolecules. Once the micromolecules were formed, gradually over the period of the long time, from these micromolecules, later on the macromolecules were formed. From the macromolecules, later on some nucleic acids were formed. So like this, the theory proposed by the Haldane and Oparin gives us an idea how was the life originated some billions years ago upon this planet Earth. So this is one of the modern hypotheses. As I am discussing with you, this modern hypothesis gives us an idea how exactly the life was formed upon this planet Earth some billions years ago. Here, the prebiotic environment of the Earth, when the Earth was formed some billions years back, can also be termed as a primitive Earth. The primitive Earth, the prebiotic atmosphere, can also be termed as a primitive Earth. Primitive Earth. The primitive Earth, when it was formed, its atmosphere could not resemble the atmosphere of the modern Earth. According to the modern scientists, when it was formed, the mother planet Earth, its temperature was very maximum. Gradually over the period of the long time, number of these different gases, they combine together. But for the combination of the different free gaseous elements which were present in the atmosphere, they took a long time. They took over billions of years. So the temperature of the entire planet Earth was very high, and due to the torrential rains, number of the molecules, that is the ammonia, methane, the water, which were formed as a result of the gradual condensation of the atmosphere, these, the ammonia, methane, and the hydrogen cyanide and water, again um, were present in the atmosphere in those days. Gradually, as a result of the torrential rains, uh, the reactions took place between the number of other elements. Take for example, the hydrogen and the carbon gave gave rise to the suppose that CH4 and CH4 like that, and the methane, uh, the nitrogen and the hydrogen 2H2 to form the methane, CH3 like that, methane, uh, then ammonia NH3, ammonia, methane, and the water, water. But the atmosphere uh, in that time considered to be as an the reducing atmosphere. It could not contain the free molecular oxygen. So the number of free gaseous atoms, namely hydrogen, nitrogen, and carbon, they combine together gradually over the period of the long time. And as a result of the reaction between such a free gaseous atoms, between such a free gaseous atoms, some micromolecules were formed, methane, ammonia, and the water. But still, the atmosphere, its temperature was very high. The water immediately vaporized and become into a cloud, gradually over the period of the long time. As the temperature of the earth comes down, atmosphere as the atmosphere of the earth condensed, as a result of the torrential rains, the atmospheric vapor which is present in the cloud, it began to rain. When it was began to rain, as a result of the torrential rains some billions years ago, the surface of the earth was carved by the ridges and furrows. As a result of the torrential rains, the furrows were filled by the water, and the big and very large water bodies like the oceans and seas of the earth were formed. So this is the prebiotic, the condition of the earth, also termed as the primitive earth. For the combination of hydrogen, nitrogen, and the carbon and different the gaseous elements which were present in the atmosphere of the prebiotic earth require an energy. So the volcanic eruptions and the ultraviolet light rays and the lightning occurred during the torrential rains. They actually used to convert the free molecular gaseous the elements into a to form a micromolecules. So the prebiotic the environment did not contain the free molecular oxygen. Gradually over the period of the long time, when some micromolecules were formed, again it took millions years of the time to transform these the micro molecules into a macromolecules. According to the Haldane and the Alexander I. Oparin, the life was formed, life was originated upon this planet Earth from some inorganic the gaseous elements. due to the reaction, due to the condensation, and due to the continuous reactions between the free gaseous elements, free gaseous atoms, some organic molecules were formed, and gradually over the period of the long time, from these organic the molecules and macromolecules were formed. Later on, the macromolecules transformed into a colloidal system, and the colloidal system gives rise to the that is the life, that is the uh, pre-cell. This is the theory of the operand and Haldane. So let me to that is from these different the micromolecules, from these the micromolecules, gradually over the period of the long time, the micromolecules transformed into a macromolecules. From these macromolecules, some nucleic acids were formed. Nucleic acids. Macromolecules means what? So take for example, from the micromolecules, like the methane, the ammonia, and the water. Macromolecules like when the methane NH3 plus NH3, they combine together, amino acids were formed. Amino acids, and then the sugar, then like this. These are called by the name as a macromolecules. Macromolecules. Amino acids, fatty acids, amino acids, fatty acids, sugar. Such a macromolecules were formed from some existing the micromolecules. This can be termed as a formation of the macromolecules by the micromolecules. So it took a long time to transform the micromolecules into a macromolecules. Over a period of the long time, gradually, as the temperature of the earth cooled down, again the reactions between a number of the macromolecules, it was resulted the formation of the polymers, the polypeptides, and due to the polymerization between amino acids, when a number of amino acid and amino acid combine together, the polypeptides will be formed. Polypeptides will be formed. So this reaction can be termed as a polymerization. Due to the polymerization, macromolecules converted into a polymers. Nothing but the proteins, peptides, and the nucleic acids were formed. The possibility of the formation of the nucleic acid, that is the DNA. DNA, it is like this. That is the phosphoric acid plus that is when the phosphoric acid react together with some nitrogen base, the phosphoric acid and the sugar, they result the formation of the nucleotide. The number of nucleotides, these number of nucleotides plus nucleotides. When they combine together, the polynucleotide will be formed. The polynucleotide, nothing but the DNA. In this fashion, in this way, the Oparin and Haldane, they were become able to propose how exactly scientifically, in a scientific way, the inorganic free gaseous elements were converted and were transformed into a polypeptides and the polynucleotides. These gradually over the period of the long time, according to them, from these polypeptides and the polynucleotides, namely DNA, gradually over the period of the long time, the polynucleotide, that is the DNA, one of the biomolecule which is present in all the living organisms, considered to be as one of the self replicating molecule. It was started to replicate, and as a result of the replication property of the DNA, which was formed some billions years ago, number of the new and variety of DNA molecules were formed. When the variety of number of DNA molecules were formed, gradually over the period of the long time, it is this the DNA started to control the different that is the biological reaction, namely the protein synthesis. That means that when it was formed some billions years ago, the DNA, one of the major the biomolecule, when it was started to replicate, when it was started to synthesize the proteins, the prebiotic, that is the prebionts were formed. These can be termed as a prebionts were formed gradually over the period of the long time. From these prebionts, the pre-cells were formed. Gradually, from these pre-cells, cells were formed. Cells like micromolecules leads to the formation of the macromolecules. From these macromolecules, some the nucleotides, that is the DNA, the polymers, that is the polynucleotides and polypeptides, nucleic acids, nucleic acids were formed. From these nucleic acids, the protobionts were formed. From these protobionts, the pre-cells were formed. Gradually, from these pre-cells, the cells were formed. This is the idea behind the fact that that is biochemical, the theory of the origin of the life, according to the Haldane and the Alexander I. Oparin. This theory was supported by many scientists, namely it was the Stanley Miller. Experimentally, he was proved that how exactly from free gaseous elements some micro molecules were formed, what is the possibility of the formation of the micromolecules from some free molecular gaseous atoms. His experiment, popularly known as Stanley-Miller experiment. Stanley-Miller experiment was considered to be as one of the greatest support for the modern theory of the origin of the life. That is for the biochemical, the origin of the life proposed by the Haldane and O'Brien scientists. And it was the Stanley Miller and the H. Urey who experimentally proved the formation of the micromolecules and the macromolecules. Let me to share the idea that the Stanley Miller was developed an instrument. That instrument, with the help of that instrument, he was able to become to prove the how exactly from the free gaseous elements we can get the micromolecules and macromolecules. So Stanley-Miller experiment. Stanley-Miller experiment. Stanley-Miller experiment, it is one such a experiment that even today we can also convert different gaseous, the free gaseous atoms into a micromolecules, and it is possible for us to get with the help of this the Stanley-Miller experiment even today in the modern the laboratory. So the Stanley-Miller experiment considered as one of the greatest support for the theory of the biochemical origin of the life. Other than this, it was the Alexander I. O'Brien who was also, in order to prove his theory of the biochemical origin of the life, he was also successfully explained the formation of the co-acervates. Formation of co-acervates. The formation of the co-acervate can also be termed as co-acervation. This is the explanation behind that is the origin of the life upon this planet Earth. When the co-acervates were formed, according to the O'Brien scientist, co-acervates gradually over a period of the long time, these co-acervates, when they were formed in the hot ocean water, gradually these the co-acervates transformed into the pre-cell. From these pre-cells, that is the cells were formed. This is the modern hypothesis of the origin of the life. I will stop here, and I shall continue the next video. Thanks for watching.